I've thought about how to say this for a while, and honestly, I still don't know if I have the right words, but I figured maybe the right words aren't the point. Maybe just saying it is enough. There was a season in my life where I lost almost everything I thought defined me. Not all at once, just slowly, quietly. Until one day, I looked around and didn't know where I was anymore. This is that story. I remember sitting in classrooms, hearing teachers talk, hearing classmates laugh, and somehow still feeling completely absent, like my body was there. But the part of me that was supposed to care had already left a long time ago. Every day became the same. Wake up, go through the motions, smile at the right moments, go home exhausted in a way I couldn't explain, do it all again tomorrow. And the worst part, nobody noticed because I was too good at pretending. Even I started believing it sometimes. But deep inside, I felt like I was slowly disappearing into myself. And at night, when everything got quiet, that question always came back. Is this really it? Is life just supposed to feel like something you endure? People around me seemed to know where they were going. They had direction, they had certainty. Meanwhile, I couldn't even explain what I was feeling. I just knew I was tired. Not physically, but mentally, emotionally. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix, like I kept walking in a direction my heart had already stopped believing in. But before all of that fully caught up with me, there was a period I don't talk about much. A season where I stopped showing up, not just to school, but to everything. I stopped answering messages, stopped going outside, stopped seeing the point of most things. I would cry sometimes, without knowing why. Just this heavy, unnamed feeling that wouldn't leave no matter what I did. And there were moments, dark ones, where I thought about not continuing anymore, where the idea of just stopping felt quieter than carrying everything. I'm not going to pretend that wasn't real, because it was. But there was one person. I won't say their name, but they existed in my life at exactly the right time. Not close to me, not someone I talked to every day, just someone I admired quietly. And on the nights everything felt too heavy, I thought about them, and somehow that was enough to get through. It sounds simple, maybe even strange, but sometimes the person who saves you doesn't even know they did. Sometimes someone exists in your life, not to be yours, but just to remind you that something good is still out there, and that was enough. That small thought was enough to keep me here, and eventually, I dropped out. At first, it felt like failure, like I had ended something before it even started. I kept imagining people forming quiet opinions about me. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but honestly, the loudest judgment never came from anyone else. It came from me. For weeks, I felt completely lost. No plan, no direction, no idea what came next. And for the first time in years, there was no system telling me where to go. No classroom, no schedule, no clear path forward, just silence. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I left, far from the noise, far from the expectations, far from anyone who knew my name and what I used to be. I found a quiet place where life moved slower. where nobody was in a hurry. At first, the silence felt uncomfortable, like something was wrong with me for choosing it. But slowly, it started doing something I didn't expect. It started healing things I didn't know were broken. I started growing crops I didn't understand yet, watering them every morning, checking the soil, waiting for something small to grow. And somewhere in that slowness, my thinking started to change. Because the earth doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your timeline. It just teaches you patience whether you're ready or not. Some days, the rain destroyed everything I'd worked on, and I remember standing there looking at it, waiting to feel angry. But the anger never came. Just a quiet understanding that some things fall apart, and the only choice you have is what you do after. That lesson stayed with me longer than anything a classroom ever taught me. Not every hard moment needs a reaction. Sometimes you just respond quietly and continue. And farming taught me more than I expected. It wasn't just about patience, it was the small things. Slowly learning how to talk to people. Because the crops I planted, I started selling. And for someone who had spent months avoiding human contact, standing in front of strangers trying to sell crops was terrifying at first. But I did it anyway. Day by day, customer by customer, and slowly it stopped feeling scary. It started feeling like something, like I was building something real with my own hands from nothing. And that feeling of watching something you worked hard for every single day finally turning into something that feeds you back. I didn't expect it to hit that way, but it did. I also learned something about money I wish someone taught me earlier. When you earn something through that much effort, you think twice before spending it, because you know exactly how many mornings of watering, how many afternoons under the sun, how many days of waiting went into that amount. And you start asking yourself before every purchase, is this worth it? Most of the time, the answer was no. And that changed how I thought about a lot of things. One evening, I was standing alone in the field during sunset, and something shifted. Not dramatically, just quietly, like a window opening somewhere inside me. I realized that for years, I thought success meant constantly moving, constantly chasing, constantly keeping up with everyone else's pace. But standing still for the first time made me realize I had never actually stopped long enough to understand myself. That was the real problem, not laziness, not weakness, just a life that never felt like mine, slowly pulling me underwater. And distance gave me something I didn't know I needed. Clarity, not instantly, not all at once, just slowly, like fog lifting on a quiet morning. I still don't know exactly where I'm going. That part hasn't fully changed, but for the first time in years, my mind feels quieter, less like a storm, more like still water. And maybe that's what healing actually looks like. Not arriving somewhere, not having all the answers, just finally being able to hear yourself again, underneath all the noise that was never yours to carry. I've come to understand something about life that I couldn't see before. The hard seasons, the confusing ones, the ones that make you question everything. They're not punishments, they're tests. Tests of how far you can carry yourself, of how much you can bend without completely breaking. And once you get through them, something shifts permanently. The path doesn't suddenly become perfect, but it becomes clearer, and you become stronger in ways you don't fully notice until later. So, if you're listening to this right now, and something about this felt familiar, please stay. Whatever you're carrying right now might just be the part of the story that comes before everything changes. I know that's easy to say, but I'm proof that it's possible because I'm here, talking to you. A different version of myself than the one who almost gave up. And the only reason that version exists is because I stayed long enough to become him. I used to think dropping out meant my story was over, but maybe sometimes the wrong path ending is the only way the right one begins.